This is Jon Cohen. I'm a partner at NextLaw.ca, and today we're talking about no insurance ticket and charges in Ontario. This is lesson 3 about police interaction, and this video is based on a very important topic regarding your no insurance ticket or charge in Ontario and how to fix or help the issues before you get to your court date. So you can watch my first 2 videos about your no insurance charge, lesson 1, which is about generally about the police, and lesson 2, which is a quick fix. Or you can take our no insurance penalty test at insurance.nextlaw.ca, and that'll help you assess your penalties when you get to court. So my firm, NextLaw.ca, we defend hundreds of no insurance clients each year, which means that we field much more than that in phone calls. And from all those calls, I've compiled some of the most common questions and confusion that arise at the roadside when you're first being charged with no insurance in Ontario. First, let's understand the basics of the law and how the law sees your no insurance charge. Put simply, the province only needs to prove that you did not have a valid insurance policy at the time that the officer stopped you at the roadside. It's that simple, period. Everything other than that is generally secondary to that burden of proof. A common concern about when you were pulled over for no insurance is, how does the way in which I interacted with the officer affect my case? Well, it can actually have a big impact on your case. The way in which you interact with the officer is recorded in the officer's notes at the roadside, and then it's later submitted to the court in the form of something called disclosure or evidence. And this evidence has all the information about your roadside charge. So for example, 1, it has the status of your insurance policy at the time of the charge. 2, it would have the officer interaction, the way you would interact with the officer. 3, all the other details of the charge that happened at the roadside. So someone may ask, I don't believe that my policy was canceled. Something is very wrong here. Well, arguing with the officer at the roadside, it has a zero benefit, because once the officer determines that you did not have a valid insurance policy, whether you believe it or not, they have the authority to charge you with that $5,000 fine. And arguing does not change this. They simply issue the ticket, and then we'll have to submit all of this information later to the courts in the form of disclosure or evidence. So arguing does not make the charge go away. In fact, it makes the charge worse, because the prosecutor or justice of the peace, who will later see your disclosure and the officer's notes, is the person that will be dealing with your case in court and makes the ultimate decision on that $5,000 fine. If they see that you had a bad interaction, it may make your case harder to settle. Remember, the prosecutor and the justice of peace have a lot of power, and once they have disclosure, they assess your case based on a number of factors, and one of these factors includes the interaction with the police. So here's some tips for interaction with the officer at the roadside. And as frustrating as the charge may be, and it is quite devastating in the moment because it has that massive fine of $5,000, there are a few rules you should always follow with the police that may benefit or at least not hurt your case once you get to court. So let's take a look at these. Do not get angry with the officer. Another, follow the directions of the officer. 3, ask any questions in a very calm tone. And also, do not question the motives or the results of the officer in your insurance policy, because save that for the later date. So now you're saying, that's it, there's nothing I can do, I've got to pay this $6,250 fine? Absolutely not. Just because you have been charged with no insurance, it does not mean that you will be convicted of a no insurance charge or have to pay that $6,250 fine. The charge is just the beginning of the legal process, and now it's time to get some legal advice and proceed very carefully. While no insurance may seem like a simple traffic charge that many people may not take seriously, think more about how you would function if you had to pay that $5,000, $6,250 with court costs or more out of your bank account. That's how serious this charge can be if not dealt with properly, if you don't deal with this properly. So this is not a video to get your business. Rather, it's a video to get you to reach out and get some free legal advice now. Because a proper law firm that specializes in no insurance may have a strategy and a legal course of action that can prevent these huge fines. And best of all, this call is free. So you can scroll down below, you can book a free meeting with Dan Joffe or myself, Jon Cohen. There is no obligation to retain us, but the call could change everything.